Good morning, collective. It's me again. Um, I'm coming back to give you guys um, well, another confession, exposure from my family. It was just recently that on the 4th of July, there was a family member of mine that gave me the false impression that she was in her own lane and she was not about the family drama and all that other stuff. And I had went over to her house one summer with my cousin Ashley, and the cousin I'm talking about is my cousin on my dad's side of the family. It's my cousin Tanisha K, and we were talking, just being regular, and we were in confidence expressing how we truly felt about things that was going on in the family that bothered us, particularly my father. And it was a couple of family members involving um, with my father that you trickled down in a domino effect that bothered my cousin emotionally. And she spoke to me in confidence, but it was also a facade because at around this time of last year, my cousin Tanisha K had threw she had just got married again, and she wanted family members to come and celebrate with her because they were having the reception in the back of her house. Which it was nothing wrong with that. I agreed and I wanted to go because I wanted to support. And it just so happened that the same cousin that I'm talking about just recently had a gathering with the family. She lives like not far by a lake, or she threw it down by a lake or whatever. And it was a couple of family members that has not been around in like years, maybe 5 or 6 years, that came through. And the first time that she had a cookout at her house, that was her reception for her wedding, for her new husband. And I was congratulating her and I was happy and everything. And in the midst of that, the divine was telling me that my cousin truly hated me and she really didn't like me and she really didn't care for me or my children, due to the fact of jealousy. And she just did not like the fact of, she didn't want me to be one of those family members that would progress in life and do better, because for some odd reason she has it in her head that, you know, she don't like the fact that I always come up with a way of turning nothing into something and always overcoming and never staying in poverty. Which is, I'm never going to do that because I don't even have the mindset of poverty anymore. It's just that's of the past. That's the reason why, that mindset is being released right along with these family members. But I'm doing this out of love, and then at the same time, this is the way that the divine is giving me to expel what was being done underneath my nose and behind my back, and also a healing through the process of me releasing. Okay. So I don't have any bitterness or resentment. It is what it is. I accepted it. I could love my family from afar and just leave it at that. But, I don't really need closure. And, since my family is like, receiving karma from what they had tried to project onto me throughout my entire life. And then just recently, karma had added up, and they thought that they got away with it for so long because they thought, just things just wasn't happening, so they thought that they could get away with it. But what they don't know is that, by them triggering everything that was negative and projecting it towards me, it activated gifts in me that was, already put there since birth. But the awakening and the activation and choosing the healing and going about it the right way illuminated what darkness and deceit was being done and manipulated underneath my nose or in behind my back, even up to this time. Now, my cousin Tanisha K made three of the same sentences said to me at her first cookout, her reception. She told me that she hated me 3 times. Underneath the hidden motive in behind that was a laugh, because we all were joking around at the table. And the Lord told me to pick my sister, Ataria, as a witness that, I'm not crazy, but at the same time, it was to let my sister know, like, yeah, I'm waking up, and what you have been doing and everybody else have been doing is pretty much getting ready to be exposed. Like, it's just in a matter of time because you guys were given an opportunity and a choice to choose love over greed and envy and jealousy, and you chose to stay the same. Like my ancestors was telling me, granny panties. That's just another format of saying you're comfortable in your mess that you wallow in, and you don't really want to change. You're comfortable in it. You like how it makes you feel. It works for you. All right. So she had made the statement to me. She said, "I hate you," 3 times. And when I looked over at my sister looked at me and she was like, "Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing." And I was like, I'm not going to say anything because, for one, I mean, I thank God that, my connection that I have with the divine is like truly authentic and is truth in it at all times. Like, he confirmed to me so many times that I was not crazy, and my family has always tried to project that off on me, especially my parents, because they don't want the truth being exposed. So who would listen to a crazy person, right? Everybody would just push you away, and then, none of their secrets would be exposed. But this, just like how their thinking is warped, and they really didn't have a good wholesome plan, because the divine, it's like you're not thinking. What makes you think that God is going to sit back and let you continue hurting his child, especially if she didn't do anything or he didn't do anything to you? And the years of you getting away with it was just the thing of, I'm giving you as much rope as you can take to hang yourself at the end. You added the karma on yourself, and then you're upset with me because you think I'm projecting it towards you when you actually worked it upon yourself. Okay, but recently, going back to the 4th of July of this year, my cousin Tanisha K had threw a family gathering outside, looking on from the outside, the natural eye. It looks pleasant. It looks inviting. It looks festival. It looks festive. It looks, creative. It looks welcoming, warm welcoming, like, oh my God, come family and all. But underlying the motive, the underlying motives behind that, I pretty much was informed by the divine and my ancestors. I got my spiritual team, and they are they are dynamite. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing but love and respect for them. Conversations that was being said, incidents that happened there, plots and twists, and bashing and smear campaigning my name, and all of the things and of such. It was relayed to me to let me know who all was involved, and Tanisha K was one of them. She rigged it. Everybody that was there that hasn't been around and I don't know how long was there, and they were in on it. I already knew because the divine told me that I had a choice to go or stay, and I chose to stay back because I already knew that they had underlying motives to target on me and make it seem like everything was cool, and then somebody would want to come up to me and ask me a question, and then next thing you know, it's going to start an argument. Then this person is going to come to me and he said this and she said that, and then another plot twist that was put in order from family cousins that was there that also was working together. This is family members working together, y'all. And somebody had a gun. It was a female that had a gun. It was a male there that had 2 dogs, and he was plotting on trying to sick the dogs on me to have me running around looking crazy and scaring me, and have everybody in the family, what do you call that? Everybody in the family laughing at me and joking around on me for their self-entertainment out of fear. Okay, and then I had another family member that was there that was plotting on standing and scoping me down, and she was just really coercing what she wanted to chew me out about. But in all, the divine also let me know that the person, the young lady that was snuck in my house from my karmic fake friend, quote unquote, was supposed to be my friend, but he was never my friend. He was sent to create chaos in my life. This is an envious person that is a social media stalker, and he also has paid people to drive past my house and follow me around in my neighborhood to check and see if I'm talking to somebody or if I'm giving somebody the time or day. Nevertheless, redundant. Boo. Going back to this family member that he had slept with, that he snuck in the house. I know that this young lady is 20 years old. She's 2 years older than my oldest firstborn. And her name is Kaima. This young lady I adopted in my life due to the fact of my cousin being in love with her ratchet ass mom, who was a karmic. She's a Jezebel. And this, me going back and forth with her with restraining orders and in hair school and then her harassing me and then getting families involved and going back and forth with court and behind her and stuff like that. Her daughter wasn't being told the truth about why the separation had happened in between me and her that was built genuinely between me and her due to the fact that her mom didn't want her to know about her infidelities and what she was doing, and she was just trying to hide stuff from her daughter. She did not explain the truth to her daughter, nor was she going to try. Neither was her father, which is my cousin Kai. And she grew up with resentment in her heart towards me to the point to where she felt as though that if she would sleep with a karmic that was my friend at the time, really was an enemy, that it would hurt me and bother me, but in the long run, you got left with an STD and possibly a pregnancy. And you just repeated the same history of what your mom did with you because she don't even know who your father is. And she tried to pin it on your half-father, Kai, and say that you were his and you weren't his. You didn't look like him. She don't even know who the father is. And the one that she tried to pin it on didn't even want to deal with her. He was trying to get her. He was saying all types of hurtful things to your mom about you, about flushing you down the toilet and leaving you at a train station, or not train station. I think it was a fire station or a police station. Like, he said a lot of hurtful things to your mom, and instead of your mom choosing to heal the right way, she just tried to use that as a codependency to latch on to my cousin, which is your half father. They might be divorced now or they may not. I don't care. It's none of my business. But I'm just revealing to you that you picked up unnecessary resentment towards me, babe, when all you had to do was just reach out to me. You knew where I was staying. You knew I was not in a predicament to where I could even reach out to you because I had a restraining order against your whole entire family, including your mom. And what you call yourself doing, sneaking in the house where I'm at, and you plot twisted and it backfired on you. And you went to the gathering in hopes of me being there, young lady, to hurt me by having sex with him in the car, and he treated you exactly what it was that you two verbally agreed on. You looked at him because he was handsome, and that was your opportunity to move in on him, and you wanted to suck his dick to prove a point, but he only looked at you as a throat baby. You put yourself in a predicament to where you wanted love the right way, and the way you went about it was not love. It was self-mutilation. Mutilization. Thank you. And it didn't get you anywhere but hurt and left alone and full of resentment and grief and bitterness and feeling extremely stupid because you put yourself out there to try to hurt me, and it didn't do nothing but backfire on you. Sweetheart, my heart was never with him. Once I was going through spiritually, and I've seen the things that he was doing behind my back and the family members that he was sleeping with. You were never the only one. And you're not even interested in men. You like girls. And now you're stuck with an STD and possibly a pregnancy. And you ashamed and don't want to come around. Or you had the baby already and you don't want to be seen. I can't judge you for your actions on what you did. What you did already was the karma that you received. You put that on yourself. I have no room. I really don't care about you feeling the way that you feel. And it's not even out of resentment or anything like that. I don't have a bitter bone in my body towards you. You made the wrong choice and now you have to lay in your bed and deal with it. That's just the circle of life, especially if you're indecisive about, not indecisive, let me take that back. Especially if you're moving in the wrong energy of wanting to hurt someone out of resentment due to the fact of you not receiving the clarity that you need. When all you had to do was seek it out the right way, but you chose to betray me and it backfired on you. Okay? And that's not good for you to be so beautiful and young and you choose to be evil when you are given an opportunity. And Divine is letting me know, Kaima, you have a chance to turn around and not be nothing like your mom, your aunt, your uncle, your stepdad, anybody like that of a low vibration, baby. You can change this around because I know that the baby that you had is a girl. And she's going to end up being the same way that you turned out and your mom turned out if you do not break that generational Jezebel curse that is in you. Your daughter's going to end up being just like you, if not like you, worse. Please stop doing what you're doing because it didn't do you no justice, but put a bad label on you as being known as a throat baby, and you take money for some type of clout because you want to be seen and noticed, and you're using your looks for the wrong thing. Looks fade, sweetheart. You can slow down the process just like y'all tried to put delays up in my life by sending and projecting negative shit towards me. Honey, you can slow down the process of aging, but you can't stop it. You're not meant to stay in this vehicle forever. So don't waste your time and your energy on trying to use your looks to manipulate to get over, and just apply yourself the right way to become a young empress, a divine feminine, and break this generational curse that is attached to you. You have time to do it, sweetheart. You don't have to give in to it. And for my cousin Tanisha, I know exactly what you did. You having all these people in the family plotting up against me due to the fact of you being jealous and envious, and you're on freaking drugs. You and your husband, y'all swingers. You screwing people and doing all types of BDSM shit to each other. And you know that shit is wrong. And you feeling the way that you feel. You look at yourself in the mirror and you don't even like the way you look. You're doing it to yourself. And you're trying to project that shit off on me as if I was the one that made you do the things that you did. I was the one that made you think about the things that you wanted to do. I was the one that helped you come up with the con artist things of what you wanted to do, the plot twist that you wanted to work towards me, and it was all you. I don't understand why is it that, how is it that you can fathom in your mind, within your mind, body, soul, and spirit, that you feel as though that the decisions and the things that you think and the plot twist that you come up with is okay for you to just dump your shit off on me as if you don't have to put up with the stuff and you don't have to face it. I'm no longer dealing with my family's karma, or you guys' projections, or you dumping everything off on me. You guys are going to have to handle your own karma, your own woes, your own sorrows, and everything that you sent to me is going